Good afternoon, everybody, from Olathe, Kansas, which is a suburb of Kansas City. My name is Bruce Frank, and I am the manager of Aftermarket National Sales for John Deere out of Olathe, Kansas. So I just want to thank you guys for joining me today. Hopefully, everybody back in Illinois and around the country and world are safe and healthy with everything going on. I do want to apologize and say sorry. Starting off, this is the longest that my hair has been, probably since I had a bowl cut when I was in middle school. But we're been in quarantine for about 5 weeks now, so we're figuring it out. Um, so just to kick things off today, like I said, I do work with John Deere. I've been with John Deere about 12 years now. I grew up in central Illinois in a town called Athens, Illinois. Grew up on a farm there with corn, soybeans, cattle, hogs, and Christmas trees. So a lot of things on our farm, very diversified, and was able to stay very involved. Graduated from Athens High School, went to University of Illinois after a year as a state officer, and graduated in ag business. So after 4 years of college, actually had two internships while I was in college. One with Pioneer, doing corn research, and two with Monsanto, one in Nebraska and one at their headquarters there in St. Louis. So got very involved on the Monsanto side and a lot of marketing tactics that they had for us. And after college, decided to go with John Deere. Had couple different options, but when I met with the folks at John Deere, it just felt like home. So when I was with John Deere, I've been, like I said, I've been with the company about 12 years now, um, and been in a variety of different places. In those 12 years, I've lived in 7 different places and had 8 jobs. So starting out right after college, went into our marketing rep trainee program up in Minneapolis. We had a branch office up there at the time doing some small ag initiatives, and then from there moved to Waterloo, Iowa. Uh, from Waterloo, Iowa, worked with our tractor marketing group. Was there about 9 months, and then moved to Olathe, Lenexa, Kansas at the time, and became in our pricing group as a price and market analyst. In that job, uh, one of the things that I was able to do is look at current and future product and determine kind of how that is priced in the market compared to what we're offering versus what our competitors are doing. Then from that, moved to Des Moines in our tillage marketing group, and really got involved as basically the liaison between our John Deere customers and customers in general and our engineering folks. So we would go out in the field on the marketing side and help determine what our farmers and our customers want in tillage products, and help to determine that, and go back and work with the engineers to make sure that they're engineering and making the product that our customers want and is at the end of the day going to provide them the most value possible. From that, actually moved from there to Bismarck, North Dakota. Being from Central Illinois, never really thought I'd live in Bismarck, North Dakota, but I did, and it was an absolute amazing experience. So from that, spent about 3 years up there. Great job, great people as the territory sales manager up there, and had the opportunity to work with some great dealers and customers in the great state of North Dakota. After a couple years there, went to the Quad Cities. Lived in Bettendorf, worked in Moline, to be able to be on the marketing side for our air seeding equipment. So a lot of that equipment is used in the upper Midwest and the Canada, Australia. So that was very cool to be a part of that, and have not only the opportunity to be that liaison on the for one or two products, but for a whole product line. From that, moved to here in Olathe, Kansas, and had the opportunity to become what we call a tactical sales manager. So about half my job was um, to be sales support for people out in the field, our field managers, provide them any assistance, my team with any assistance, with any programs or orders, or just general assistance to help meet the dealers and the customers' needs. The other half of that position was a lot of our shows, events, and sponsorships that we did. So everything from working on something like a farm show down in Texas, like Texas State Fair, or Big Iron up in North Dakota, to working on uh, sports sponsorships that we do, like the Kansas City Royals or Dallas Cowboys, working with our dealers to work on partnerships there. So then about a month ago, had the opportunity to stay in Olathe and take this job as a manager of our Aftermarket National Sales Group. It's a new group that we're creating, but really in charge of some of our larger accounts and pushing, getting buy-in in sales on our aftermarket business and really growing that business with our larger accounts. So over those about approximately 12 years I've been with Deere, a lot of different experiences, been able to go to a lot of different countries and places. It's been an absolute amazing experience. So from that, a couple of questions here in the chat box here. What is your favorite part of your current job? Favorite part of my current job is really the diversity of it. On any given day, have the opportunity to be working on everything from with dealers or customers out in the upper Northwest, to some boots on the ground stuff that we're working on the daily basis, and really making sure that we're getting and meeting those customer needs. So the diversity of it, not every day is the same, and we really have the opportunity to really provide value to the customer is really the most important and my favorite part of the job. What advice would you give students interested in working in your current or past positions? The biggest thing I would say there is don't be afraid to try different things. I've had a lot of different jobs with Deere. I've had a couple internships with Pioneer and Monsanto. And every one of the jobs that I went into, I had very little knowledge on what I was going into, but knew I wanted to learn. And that willingness to learn and work hard has got me a lot of different places and allowed me to do a lot of different things, and opened my eyes up to the rest of the world. Like I said, I never would have thought I would have lived in North Dakota, but I did, and it was an amazing experience. So making sure that you're willing to try different things, especially when you're in high school, in college, getting out and trying different groups and really understanding what you really enjoy to do. Like I said, my first internship was doing corn research, and I very quickly figured out that I didn't want to be in corn research. So really figured that out quickly and went a different direction the next summer. So I had the opportunity to do that. Next question here. What would you consider the hardest part of your job? The hardest part of my job, um, it's twofold here. It's the hardest part and the most rewarding part is having. I currently have a team of 12 people, and managing those 12 people and 12 different personalities, and really looking at understanding what they need as I work with them to help them grow the business and make sure our customers are taken care of, and balancing that side of the business, but also working with them to make sure that everything that they need is taken care of. So that's the hardest is balancing all those different people and personalities, and making sure you're striving towards one common goal to reach the end goal for the company, and at the end of the day, make sure that our customers are getting the value that they need out of everything that we're putting out there for them. Most enjoyable part of my position, like I said, it's the people. On a daily basis, whether it's within my group that I work with, or with the people that I've met over the years. Really having the opportunity to work with the people at John Deere has been the best experience of my life. You have the opportunity to do a lot of different things. For instance, like I said, I've been a lot of different places, and had probably with Deere, I think I've been to just through my job to about 15 different countries. So having the opportunity to experience people around the world, and getting that experience from a small town of 1,500 or 2,000 in Illinois is really incredible, and have the opportunity to do that. And one thing I tell people a lot, whenever I'm at a career fair or uh, talking career wise with a lot of people is, um, I like to say, and I truly believe this, that some of our worst days at John Deere are a lot better than some of the best days at a lot of different other places. And that's just the way that I feel, and the culture that we have at Deere, and just the people that are around us, the willingness to help each other, and really everyone's goal to help the customer at the end of the day, and be an essential part of agriculture. Got a question here. What did you major in at the University of Illinois? So at the University of Illinois, I majored in ag business. When I came to U of I really didn't know what I wanted to do and where I wanted to go, and ag business felt like a general fit that I could figure it out along the way. So I went the ag business route, and to decided to pursue a lot of different things, and that's still what I'm trying to figure out along the way. Is uh, every job that I've had has been different, and the majors that I had prepared me for that. But it wasn't just the major at University of Illinois, but it was all the experiences that I had, whether it was across campus with the clubs that I was in, whether it was being a member of Farmhouse Fraternity, or just being involved with the alumni association that I worked with when I was college. I'd say all those different things, along with my schoolwork, really helped me prepare for everything that I've been doing with John Deere today, no matter what the job has been. So I got a question here. What's the most interesting place that you've traveled? Uh, that's a good question. Um, so most interesting place that I've traveled for my job would probably be Ukraine. So I've had the opportunity to go to a lot of different countries, from Australia to Brazil to across Europe. But I'd probably say Ukraine is the most interesting, just for the diversity from top to bottom of that country. You go to a country like Ukraine, and you're in Kiev, and when you're there downtown, it feels like you're in New York City. But once you get to some of the outer parts of town, it looks quite a bit different, and there's definitely some parity between the downtown and some of the outskirts. And then it really gets interesting once you get into the country and around the people in the country. Um, when I was over there, I did a lot of customer visits, visiting a lot of customers, and it was just very interesting, the diversity that we had across the country. From one area was kind of like North Dakota, and it was very arid, not a lot of rain, to some that was more like Central Illinois, and had the opportunity to see those differences, see those customers. And when we talk about a big farm in Illinois, maybe being over a couple thousand acres, in Ukraine, you're talking about farms that are usually a minimum of 100,000 hectares. So that's a wide range, and just astonishes you the business that they're in and they're doing, and the way that they're trying to progress and really do similar things to what we're doing, but still working on trying to get to, I'd say, where the technology is based in Illinois. But they're definitely on the way to do that. Next question here. What are the most important skills uh, to have in a position like yours? Um, I'd probably say the most important skills for a position like mine uh, is it's pretty simple. I'd say it's just hard work. Um, I'd say over my career, uh, I might not be the most talented person in the room, but I will try and outwork every person in that room. So having the skill and really the drive behind you to work hard and be able to outwork others on the way to get to your goals is really something that you need to dig deep and really have. So One of the things that also along the way is just being aware of others, and having a sense of what other people are doing along the way, especially when you're managing a team. Um, Knowing what's going on with your people, communicating, making sure you're transparent with them, and really just having those different skills to manage a team, work hard, and try and put everything together. There's a lot of different skills out there. I can probably list off 10 or 15, but really have the most hard work is one of the things that you need to make sure that find a job that you love, because at the end of the day, that hard work that you're putting in won't feel like hard work. Uh, so the last question here for the day, what is your biggest piece of life or career advice? The biggest piece of life or career advice that I'd say, and kind of talk to the FFA members and everybody else that's on here today, is go out and try new things. Growing up in Central Illinois, like I said, I would have never thought that I would have the experiences that I've had, whether it was in FFA in high school, whether it was throughout college, whether it was during my time with John Deere. Be willing to try new things, whether it's been going to a different country or trying a different job. I didn't know a lot about those things going into it, but once I did it, I've never been disappointed in the outcome and the things that we've been able to really figure out. And I've really been able to learn about myself and the people around me. So be willing to try new things, get out of your box, get out of your comfort zone, and really go out and be the best you can be. And the best thing to do to figure that out is try new things, and figure that out. So thanks everybody for attending today. I really appreciate the time, and Megan and the FFA invite me to do this. Really appreciate it. Hope everybody enjoyed it, and send me a message if you have any questions or need anything else. So appreciate it. Stay safe and have a great day.